of belief in the importance of Social Security, and also concern for its future. Americans want Congress to strengthen Social Security. They recognize that there is a problem. They do not believe that there is a crisis. Only 22% perceive a crisis in Social Security financing. But they do know that there is work that needs to be done, and about 3/4 say that it's important that Congress take steps over the next 2 years. But it is important to understand, as even though the elite opinion and pundits in Washington focus on the need to cut back on benefits, Americans are not in line with that at all. In fact, 3 times as many say that we don't spend enough on Social Security as say that we spend too much. 45% say we don't spend enough. Only 15% say that we spend too much. And even Republicans, our most likely group one would expect to say that we're spending too much, 34% say that we're not spending enough, and only 22% say that we're spending too much. So again, this surpasses some of the predicted ideological boundaries. 65% of Americans are concerned, and I think this is a very important point that explains one of the dynamics we get in terms of proposals going forward. 65% are concerned that Social Security will pay benefits for the next generation. Some of the things that I often hear in focus groups are Americans, especially young Americans, expect that the money that they have been putting into Social Security will not come back to them. And so when we talk about proposals to increase the payroll tax or extend payroll taxes to more Americans, they're not digesting it the same way that they typically digest tax increases. Taxes, the typical attitude is that I'm paying and I'm not going to get the money. But payroll taxes, people expect that they are going to get that back. In fact, given the sense of insecurity in the system, what we're seeing is that by expanding payroll taxes, people expect that it is more likely that they will be getting money back. And so proposals that expand contributions, for instance, we tested an attitude statement said that it's critical we preserve Social Security, even if it means raising wealthy Americans' contribution. 74% agreed with that. 77% agreed with that statement when the contributions were coming from working Americans. So people are willing and ready to double down on Social Security in a way to ensure that what they had been paying in, those contributions were strengthened. One final note, as Ken mentioned, there is very little appetite for reducing benefits. When we had talked a lot in our survey about the finances of Social Security, when we asked how to fix it, 46% say raising taxes on workers, 31% say raising the retirement age, only 11% say reducing benefits in a forced choice question. Raising taxes on middle-class Americans is not their first choice. They would prefer, and we continue to see a very strong populist thread running through American attitudes. 83% supported lifting the Social Security tax cap so that everyone paid the same percentage rate. 83% support for a tax increase is pretty solid, and it really stands against a lot of other data we've seen on other issues. And I think it speaks to not just Americans' commitment to Social Security, but also the degree to which the elite opinion in Washington has just got it wrong. For years, we have heard that Americans perceive a crisis and they want to see a retreat from this commitment. And in fact, where the American people are stands in direct opposition to that. So, thank you very much.